You don't need six figures to start building wealth. You need strategy. Most people think building wealth is only for CEOs, celebrities, or people making a massive salary. But the truth is, wealth isn't about the size of your paycheck. It's about the decisions you make every day, the habits you form, and the way you think about money. Today, we're going to break down exactly how everyday people working hourly jobs, people raising families on tight budgets, people living paycheck to paycheck, can slowly but surely build wealth. This isn't about shortcuts or flashy promises. It's about realistic, practical steps that you can take, starting right now, no matter what your income looks like. So if you've ever thought, I'll start saving when I make more money, or I'll invest once I'm out of debt, this is for you. Because waiting for perfect conditions is the fastest way to delay your financial freedom. Let's get started. Stick with me, because by the end of this journey, you'll have a complete roadmap. A mindset shift, practical daily strategies, ways to grow beyond your current income, and long-term tools to make sure your wealth grows quietly and steadily over time. Wealth isn't about what you earn. It's about what you keep. There are people making $200,000 a year who are broke, stressed, and drowning in debt. And there are people who never earned more than $40,000 a year, who retired millionaires. Why? Because wealth isn't about your income, it's about your habits. It's about what you keep, what you invest, and how you let money work for you instead of the other way around. Take Sarah and Mike. Sarah earns $120,000 a year, lives in a luxury apartment, drives a new car with a payment, eats out 5 times a week, and spends almost everything she earns. At the end of the year, she has no savings. Mike earns $45,000 a year, rents a modest apartment, drives a paid-off used car, packs his lunches, and saves just $300 a month. Fast forward 10 years. Sarah is still broke, still living paycheck to paycheck. Mike, on the other hand, has invested those savings, grown them with compound interest, and is sitting on tens of thousands of dollars. Who's really wealthy here? That's the mindset shift. Wealth isn't flashy. It's built quietly in the background. Stop comparing yourself to others. One of the biggest traps is comparison. Social media makes it worse. You see friends buying houses, going on vacations, posting their new cars, and it makes you feel like you're falling behind. But here's the truth. You have no idea what's happening behind the scenes. That new car? It might be leased with massive monthly payments. That vacation? Could be sitting on a credit card that will take years to pay off. Comparison steals your focus from what matters, your journey. Instead of asking, why don't I have what they have? Ask, what's the next best step for me, right now, with what I have? When you stop comparing, you free yourself to take action. Start where you are. A lot of people get stuck waiting for more money to start building wealth. But if you're always waiting, you'll never begin. The truth is, you can start with $5 a week. You can start by canceling one subscription. You can start by packing one meal instead of eating out. It's not the size of the step that matters. It's the direction. Think about a snowball rolling down a hill. At first it's tiny, barely moving. But as it rolls, it gathers more snow, gets bigger, and picks up speed. That's exactly how wealth builds. The first $100 is the hardest. The first $1,000 feels impossible. But once you start, momentum kicks in. And years from now, you'll look back amazed at what grew from those tiny, humble beginnings. So don't wait. Start where you are. Start today.
Now that we've mastered the mindset shift, it's time to take action. Mindset alone won't grow your wealth. You need strategies you can implement today. In this section, we'll cover 3 practical strategies that work even on a low income. 1. Automating small savings. 2. Leveraging compound interest with micro-investing. 3. Cutting invisible expenses. These aren't complicated hacks. They're simple, consistent actions that multiply over time. Automation is one of the most powerful tools for building wealth. It's about making saving effortless. Imagine this. Every week, $5 or $10 is automatically transferred from your checking account into a savings account or an investment app. You don't have to think about it. It happens automatically. Why does this work? Because humans are naturally impulsive. If you try to save manually, it's easy to skip a week or spend the money on something urgent. Automation removes temptation and builds consistency. Here's an example. Maria earns $40,000 a year and struggles to save. She sets up an automatic $10 weekly transfer. That's $520 a year. Doesn't sound like much? Add in $5 or $10 from other small sources, extra shifts, odd jobs, and suddenly she's saving over $1,000 a year without feeling it. Next, let's talk about compound interest, often called the eighth wonder of the world. Even small amounts invested regularly grow exponentially over time. Apps like Acorns, Stash, or Robinhood make investing accessible, even if you only have $5 or $10 to start. Example: investing $50 a month at an average 7% annual return. In 10 years, that grows to about $8,800. In 20 years, over $22,000. It's the power of time plus consistency. Your money earns interest, that interest earns interest, and so on. Many people overlook invisible expenses, small leaks that silently drain your wallet. Common examples: monthly subscriptions you forgot you had, eating out or grabbing coffee daily, paying for brand names instead of generics. Even $20 a week can add up to $1,040 a year. That's not pocket change. That's seed money for investments or savings. Actionable tip: make a list of all recurring charges. Cancel anything you don't truly use or need. Replace convenience habits with low-cost alternatives. Pack lunch, brew coffee at home, and shop smart. These strategies compound. Automation, micro-investing, and expense-cutting work together. Example: save $10 per week automatically, amounts to $520 per year. Invest $50 per month with 7% interest, minus $8,800 in 10 years. Cut 20 week in invisible expenses, minus $1,040 per year. Combined, that's almost $10,000 in 10 years, all from small, consistent actions. Remember, small wins add up. Don't get discouraged by what feels like a tiny step. Saving $5, $10, or $20 today is still progress. The key is to start now and remain consistent. Even if your income is low, you're building the habit and mindset that wealthy people use every day. These habits become automatic, and over time, they'll grow into meaningful wealth. Let's recap the 3 practical strategies. 1. Automate your savings. Remove temptation and build consistency. 2. Leverage compound interest. Invest small amounts regularly. 3. Cut invisible expenses. Free up money you didn't even realize you had. Do these consistently, and you'll see growth even on a low income. Next, in Part 3, we'll explore how to grow beyond your current income through side hustles, high-value skills, and networking. Stay tuned.
Introduction to growing beyond your income. Now that you've mastered mindset and practical strategies, it's time to tackle the next level: growing beyond your current income. Here's the truth. No matter how carefully you save or invest, your paycheck alone may not be enough to create real wealth quickly. That's where growing your income comes in. In this section, we'll cover 3 major approaches. 1. Launching low-cost side hustles. 2. Learning high-value skills online. 3. Networking and collaborations to unlock opportunities. By the end, you'll see that growing income isn't just for lucky people. It's for anyone willing to learn, hustle, and strategically leverage their skills. 1. Launching low-cost side hustles. Let's start with side hustles. These are ways to earn extra income without quitting your day job or spending thousands up front. Here are some examples: freelancing, writing, graphic design, virtual assistants, print on demand, designing t-shirts, mugs, or phone cases sold online, tutoring or coaching, if you have expertise in math, language, music, or fitness. selling digital products, templates, ebooks, or guides. Story example, meet Anna. She worked as a receptionist and earned $35,000 a year. She wanted more financial security, but didn't have capital to start a business. Anna began designing simple t-shirts on a print-on-demand platform. She spent about $50 on design tools and learned through free online tutorials. Within 6 months, her side income reached $400 a month. By year 2, she was consistently making $200 per month, all from her laptop at home. Key tip: start small, test ideas, and scale the ones that work. You don't need a perfect business plan to begin, you need action. Visuals: show Anna designing on a laptop, products appearing on a website, sales notifications popping up. 2. Learning high-value skills online. The second strategy is skill development. Today, knowledge is one of the most powerful income multipliers. Learning high-value skills can dramatically increase your earning potential. Examples of high-demand skills: coding and software development, graphic design and UI/UX, copywriting and digital marketing, social media management, data analysis and Excel mastery. Story example: James worked as a retail cashier earning $28,000 a year. He decided to invest time, not money, in learning coding through free online resources and affordable platforms like Coursera and Udemy. Within a year, he landed freelance web development gigs that brought in an additional $1,000 to $2,000 a month. Actionable tip: dedicate at least 30 minutes a day to learning. Consistency compounds knowledge just like compound interest compounds money. Visuals: show someone watching tutorials, coding, creating designs, and receiving payment notifications. Overlay charts showing side income growth. 3. Networking and collaborations. The third strategy is often overlooked: networking. Your income potential isn't just what you know, it's who you know and how you collaborate. Networking doesn't mean attending fancy events. It can be simple: joining online communities for your niche, attending free local workshops or webinars, reaching out to peers for mentorship, collaboration, or opportunities. Example: story. Maria, a freelance writer, joined an online writing group. She connected with another member who needed a copywriter for a small business. That collaboration led to a consistent monthly client, doubling her side income. Tip: always look for win-win opportunities. Offer value first, build trust, and collaborations often follow. Visuals: show video calls, virtual networking groups, emails connecting people, animated money flowing between collaborations. Here's the key lesson: relying on one income source is risky. Multiple streams of income create financial stability and accelerate wealth growth. Examples: main job plus freelance gigs, investments plus micro business, digital products plus tutoring. Story example: Tom, a delivery driver, combined his job, an online tutoring business, and a small investment portfolio. Together, his additional streams generated over $1,500 a month extra. Over a few years, that transformed his financial situation completely. Step-by-step action plan for growing income. 1. Identify your skills and interests. What can you offer that adds value? 2. Research low-cost side hustles or freelance opportunities. 3. Dedicate consistent time each week to building your side income. 4. Learn high-value skills online to increase earning potential. 5. Network and collaborate. Opportunities often come from connections. 6. Track your progress and adjust strategies that aren't working. Remember, growing beyond your income takes time and effort. You might face setbacks. Maybe a client cancels, or a side hustle doesn't take off as expected. That's normal. What separates those who succeed is persistence. Consistency compounds, not just money, but skills, confidence, and opportunities. Smart Small efforts repeated daily can completely change your financial trajectory. To recap: 1. Launch low-cost side hustles. Test ideas. Start small. Scale gradually. 2. Learn high-value skills. Invest time and knowledge to increase earning potential. 3. Network and collaborate. Build relationships that create opportunities. 4. Multiple income streams. Diversify to protect and grow wealth faster. If you implement these strategies consistently, even on a low income, you can dramatically grow your earnings and build wealth faster than relying on your paycheck alone. Next, in Part 4, we'll focus on long-term growth strategies, investing in assets, knowledge, and building financial resilience for the future. Visual suggestion: show all strategies coming together: coin stacking, skills icons, networking connections, snowball rolling into a mountain of growth, with text overlay. Next, long-term growth strategies, Part 4. We've covered mindset, practical strategies, and growing beyond your income. Now comes the final piece of the puzzle: long-term growth. This stage isn't about quick wins. It's about building wealth that lasts, wealth that compounds, protects you in hard times, and creates opportunities for the future. In this section, we'll explore 3 powerful long-term strategies. 1. Investing in knowledge and assets. 2. Building multiple income streams that stand the test of time. 3. Practicing patience and consistency. The secret sauce of lasting wealth. If the earlier steps were about planting seeds, this section is about cultivating a forest. The best investment you'll ever make isn't in the stock market or in real estate or even in your side business. The best investment you'll ever make is in yourself. Knowledge is a wealth-building engine. When you acquire new skills, read books, or take courses, you increase your earning power for life. Example. Story. Jessica, a single mom working as a waitress, invested $200 in a bookkeeping course online. Within a year, she transitioned to a remote bookkeeping job that doubled her income. That $200 investment paid back thousands and will keep paying for decades. But knowledge isn't the only long-term asset. You can also invest in stocks and index funds, proven vehicles for wealth growth, real estate. Even a small rental property can generate passive income. Small businesses, yours or someone else's if you're strategic. Think of assets as wealth machines. They require time and care, but they generate returns long after the initial effort. Earlier, we talked about side hustles. Long-term growth is about turning those streams into rivers. Multiple income streams protect you. If one dries up, others keep flowing. And they accelerate wealth because each stream compounds over time. Examples of sustainable streams: rental income from real estate, dividend income from stocks, royalties from books, music, or digital products, ongoing freelance contracts, small businesses that run even without your daily involvement. Kevin was a teacher who loved writing. He self-published a children's book online. At first, sales were slow, maybe $20 a month. But after 2 years, word of mouth spread, and he began earning $500, $700 a month in royalties. That stream continued, even when he wasn't actively working. Combined with his salary, it became an engine for savings and investment. Here's where many people fail. They chase quick money schemes. The truth is, long-term wealth requires patience and consistency. Think about it. The stock market grows steadily over decades. Real estate appreciates slowly but powerfully. Skills compound with practice. It's like planting a tree. You don't dig it up every week to see if it's growing. You water it, give it sunlight, and wait. Sandra began investing $200 a month into index funds at age 25. By 45, with a 7% return, she had nearly $100,000. By 55, over $250,000. And by retirement age, over $500,000. She didn't need to gamble. she just stayed consistent. Patience is underrated in our fast-paced world, but it's the quiet superpower behind every wealthy person you admire. If we zoom out, here's the formula we've built across this journey. 1. Mindset shift. Start where you are, focus on what you keep, not what you earn. 1. Practical strategies. Automate savings, invest small amounts, cut waste. 1. Grow income, side hustles, skills, networking, multiple streams. 1. Long-term growth, assets, consistency, patience. Together, these steps create exponential results. Each layer builds on the last. Here's what you can do starting today. Commit to lifelong learning. Pick one skill or subject to master this year. Open an investment account, even if you can only start with $20. Brainstorm at least 2 possible long-term income streams outside your main job. Set a wealth habit. Maybe it's reading 15 minutes daily, investing $50 a month, or practicing a skill for 30 minutes. Write down your long-term vision. Where do you want to be in 10 years? What will your life look like financially? Here's what I want you to take away. Wealth is built in layers. Don't compare yourself to others who seem ahead. Don't get discouraged if results feel slow. The truth? Even small, consistent action separates you from 90% of people who never start. Every dollar saved, every skill learned, every habit built is a brick in your financial foundation. Wealth is not built overnight, but it is built every night, with the choices you make daily. So let's recap part 4. Invest in knowledge and assets that grow over time. Build multiple streams of income for stability and growth. Practice patience and consistency, the true power of wealth. When you combine all 4 parts, mindset, strategies, income growth, and long-term planning, you have a roadmap to financial freedom. And the best part? You don't need 6 figures to begin. You can start today, right where you are. If this video inspired you, hit like, subscribe to Smart Money today, and share it with someone who needs this message. Let's grow together.